Jailton Almeida is going to be taking on Sergey Spivak at UFC 311 on January 18th. Good heavyweight scrap right there. That's number 6 and 7 in the heavyweight division. Almeida will be the favorite in that one. Rinya Nakamura versus Muin Gafurov also added to UFC 311 on January 18th. LA is the expected location of that event. Chris Curtis is going to be taking on Roman Kopylov January 11th. Kopilov's coming off a win over Cesar Almeida. Curtis is coming off a loss to Brendan Allen. Close decision that could have went Curtis's way. Kopylov is unranked. Curtis number 15. Two guys ranked above him, Pereira and Hernandez, are fighting later this month, headlining the UFC Apex show October 19th. Cub Swanson going to be taking on Billy Quarantillo at UFC Tampa on December 14th. John Lineker had 3 knockdowns en route to his KO victory over Balaco and 1 championship. 1 championship Atlanta show moves to Bangkok due to partner obligations in Thailand. You can get a refund if you bought a ticket. This was a crazy fight in the PFL last weekend. 14 knockdowns in 12 minutes. The PFL uploaded it on its Europe channel.
Baby, I didn't call you evil. I called you vile. And an excrement stain on society. That's what I called you. Because that's what you are.
Justin Gaethje has told the Schmo that he wants to return in March of 2025. There's some talk of him maybe doing a trilogy with Dustin Poirier or fighting Dan Hooker, who now is in the top 5, ranked number 5. Uncle I's prediction for UFC 307 main event. Alex Pereira wins via KO from Voodoo Help. After this, it's my job. I will beat this demon out of him. They will never come back. If Uncle I beats Rakic and Pereira beats Roundtree, they are expected to fight. Makwan Amirkhani, aka Mr. Finland, will be fighting in Finland in the Ice Cage Fighting Organization December 28th, taking on Fernando Flores. Since no longer being part of the UFC, he fought in Octagon MMA 2 times, then he lost both of those fights.
When I flirt with the women, I'm flirting with 35 to 55ers. When I flirt with the queens, that's for 35 to 55ers, okay? If you're not 35 to 55, the flirting is not for your young, thirsty ass. Listen, I need one of my 35 to 55ers to come wipe the sweat off the king.
Lastly, before I forget, you are a literal prostitute. You get on your knees and you beg for $5 all the time. Don't be shy, we see you do it. I don't have to beg. I'm also a playmate, yes, but I've never gotten on my knees or spread my legs for anyone, and I know that's a huge shocker to you, and I think that's what you hate the most, is that I have all of this success and I've done it through actual hard work, and let's not forget, I have some great assets too, and I do use those, and I don't shy away from it, and I don't ever deny it either.
How we doing, everybody? We are leaving Paris currently. Rebecca, have you had a good time? How good? That's Spanish. Très bien. My God. I take her for a week of culture to France and she's coming up with Spanish lingo. Pereira taking on Khalil Roundtree. What do we think? Beck, who wins? Who wins? Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree Jr. Oh, she's got Roundtree. You know what? Roundtree's got a good chance. I don't know.
And the best pick of the night, Jose Aldo as a plum money is fucking criminal. Go over there, do your fucking bet. See you soon, motherfucker.
Yeah, I think Jose Aldo has a decent chance of cashing as an underdog. Maybe Pena against Pennington, maybe Delite against Holland, but both those guys are unpredictable. I can't really predict how that's going to go. How do you predict that goes? Let me know in the comments below. And which underdogs cash at UFC 307? Let me know in the comments.
You all do nothing. I don't even know. You all do nothing.
Dustin P. had Poirier.
Dustin P. had Poirier.
Your wife is your husband.
Your wife is your husband.
I'm glad the UFC didn't blur out Francis Ngannou's name or just erase it altogether when they're doing a list of the most devastating strikers in UFC history. Some other names mentioned: Anderson Silva, Jose Aldo, Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira, Anthony Rumble Johnson, Mirko Cro Cop, Chuck Liddell, Vanderlei Silva, Alistair Overeem, Wonderboy Thompson, Tom Aspinall, and Max Holloway. One name that's not on the list that should be there is Shane Carwin, former interim UFC heavyweight champion. That guy had ridiculous power. Every single one of his wins in the UFC were by knockout. He had gigantic hands that even dwarfed the size of Brock Lesnar's hands. This is a comparison of their fist sizes when they went in for a fist bump when they met in the cage promoting their fights. John Anik is commentating tonight with DC and Rogan. This is Anik's 100th show in a row calling pay-per-view cards.
I'd like to share with you my pay-per-view open copy as I am drafting it, not unlike Dana White sharing with you folks the cold open. So here's where we stand so far, and we'll see what we end up with on Saturday night. Thank you all for being with us for UFC 307. So at this time 3 years ago, Alex Pereira was not in the UFC. Now he is as big a star as anyone in mixed martial arts. There are myriad reasons as to why Poatan has resonated with this fan base to such an extent. Equal parts imposing and charismatic, largely it has been his fighting style and penchant for producing knockouts that has led to this global appeal. He also leads the league in staying active, and tonight, remarkably, for the third time in the last 7 months, he vies to defend his light heavyweight title, this time against another devastating striker with that death touch power, Khalil Roundtree Jr.
Couple weeks out from Fabian Edwards versus Johnny Eblen for the middleweight championship in Bellator. They fought 1 year ago, and Johnny Eblen took that via TKO. 1 weekend out from Beterbiev versus Bivol boxing belt. There's also a Glory event that weekend. Jerome Labanner at 51 gets knocked out in K1.
Feliz cumpleaños, feliz, feliz, cumpleaños, feliz. Los voy a pedir de vuelta. Voy a pedir los deseos. Como los judíos que cuando festejan son 30. Los que me quedan por seguir.
I am the best heavyweight in the world. October 19, Francis. I go to sleep, man.
That needs no explanation, no translation. October 19th.
It's none of your concern. You don't have the right to ask me where I've been. You don't have a right to know what I was doing. You messed up, and I took a break. And guess what? The next time you mess up, I'm going to take another break.
Арсланбек, под руку, Арсланбек. Под руку, вот хорош, бал. Сильно не зли, помнишь, ты просто делаешь. Осторожно. Шишка. Под руку.